Hey guys, this is Mrs. Hendricks. We're starting on page 268 for lesson 138, and then I will go over page 267 for you guys to do there at home by yourself. Okay, so number one says, write the differences. We're going to look at the 700 minus 368. So our rhyme is, more on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door. There is more on the floor because 8 is bigger than 0, so we go next door. Now, this is tricky. This is a 0, so we have to go next door to the 7, and it turns into a 6 because we're taking the 1 away. Now, the 1 we took away comes over to make that a 10. Cross it out, turn it to a 9, and then that goes into a 10. 10 minus 8. Now we can subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 6 minus 3 is 3. Okay, for this next one. More on top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door. So what we have to do is go next door because 2 is greater than 0. 2 goes, so we go over here, and that is a 0. We have to go over again for another 0. We go all the way to the 6. That turns into a 5, and then we carry the 1 over. Cross it out, turns into a 9, carry the 1 over, cross it out, turn into a 9. So what we're doing is we're borrowing and we're bringing it, but then once we turn it to 10, we have to take the 1 away to go next door. Okay, guys? And then it finally lands on the 1's place where it equals 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 7, 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 2 is 7. 5 minus 3 is 2. And for our last one there, 4,000 minus 2,693. There's more on the floor, so we need to go next door. And there's a 0, so we need to go again. Another 0. We go to the 4. That turns into a 3. Carry the 1 over. Cross it out. Turn into a 9. Carry the 1 over here. We cross that one out, goes to a 9. And then this last 1's place finally ends with a 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay. For number 2, I am going to read the number, and you need to write the answer on the line. Letter A, 16,807. 16,807. 16,807. Letter B, 32,459. 32,459. Letter C, $17.02. Now remember, whenever you hear the word dollars, that's where you put the decimal, okay? So we're gonna put the money sign. $17, decimal for the dollars, and 2 cents. When you're writing cents, you don't want to put just a 2. There has to be 2 markers behind the decimal. Since it is a 2, the other way to write the 2 cents that you need to write is 02. So that's $17.02. And this last one is $980.16. $980.16. $980 decimal and 16 cents. Okay, number 3, write the times. So when we're looking at the clock, remember the shorthand is the hour, which goes first, and the longhand is the minute. So we go down the clock, and it passed the 3, and it did not pass the 4 quite yet. So that hour is 3. And then we go all the way around, counting by 5, starting at the 12 to see where the longhand ends. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that is 3:50. 1 hour earlier. Earlier means that you subtract. So we're going to subtract 1 hour from the time, and that equals 2:50. So remember, the shorthand equals the hour, and the longhand equals the 50. Okay, on the next clock, we are going to look for the small hand first, and that one goes right here. So we passed the 8, we passed the 9, but we did not pass the 10 yet. So we're gonna go with 9. And then we count by 5s till we get to the long hand right here for minutes. 5, 10, 15. Okay, 15 minutes later. Later means that you add. So we're going to add 15 minutes. Bring down the colons and then bring down the 9. So that is 9:30. And then again, we're going to use a shorthand to point to the 9 and then the long hand to point to the 30. Okay. All right, give me 1 second so I can readjust for the bottom side of the page. Okay. 1 times 5. What we're talking about here is we are saying 1 5 times. Anything times 1 always equals the other number, so the answer is 5. 6 times 5. We're going to count by 5s 6 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the answer is 30. 16 minus 2 is 14. Minus 9 equals 5. Over here, this problem is 20 divided by 5. You may also see it written like this. It's the same thing. It's the same problem. There's just 2 different ways to write division problems. So what it's asking is how many times does 5 go into 20? So we're going to count by 5s and we're going to use tally marks. When we hear ourselves say 20, we're going to stop making the tally marks, and that will be what the answer is. So let's count by 5s. Once we hear ourselves say 20, we're going to stop. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that is 4 tally marks. And then when you're writing the answer for this problem, it goes right on top. It's because 4 times 5 equals 20. So we know that 5 goes into 20 4 times. We're going to do it again with 10s going into 100. With this, this is the number that you always count by going into the other number. So we're going to count by 10s. We're going to stop when we hear ourselves say 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that is 10. 18 minus 8 is 10, plus 6 equals 16. 8 times 2. We are saying 2 8 times. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Anything times 0 equals 0. 2 plus 4 plus 8. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 8 is 14. Okay, moving on to number 5. Lee has 1 dime, 1 nickel, and 1 penny in his pocket. How much money does he have? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the dime, nickel, penny, and we're going to add up what all those coins equal to get the answer. So 1 dime equals 10 cents, 1 nickel equals 5, and 1 penny equals 1. 10 plus 5 plus 1 is 16. So it's 16 cents. Number 6. Don has 2 $5 bills and 4 $1 bills. He spent $12. How much money does he have left? So if he has 2 $5 bills, that equals $10. And 4 $1 bills, that equals $14 total. And he spent 12. The problem is 14 minus 12 equals $2. Okay, we're going to go and I'm going to do one problem from each section on the back page for your guys' at-home classwork. Okay, so for this is page 267. Circle the coins and bills needed for each amount. Okay, so we look here and we have some $5 bills, $10 bills, and some $1 bills. We need to make $8. So I can see that I can do a 5, I can do 3 ones, and that makes $8 right there. Okay, so I'm good with that. Now I need to find 43 cents. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna circle a quarter, 25. I'm going to circle a dime, 35. I'm going to circle another nickel for 40. And then I'm going to circle 3 pennies for 43. You're going to do the same over here for $1.79. Number 2, after dinner, Dad cut slices of watermelon. Write the fraction that shows how much of each slice was eaten. So this is the whole watermelon. The slice that is white is what was eaten. Okay, guys? So this is 1 out of 1, 2, 3 sections. So this is the right answer. Okay? I'm going to do this one with you too. Is this 1/2, 1 out of 2, or 2 out of 2? It is 1/2 because it is one side of the watermelon. You're going to do the same for these other 2 problems. Okay, let me readjust the camera really quickly. Okay, number 3, Mom and Dad helped the girls make s'mores. Circle 1/3 of the s'mores. So what you're going to do is you have to figure out how many s'mores there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 s'mores. So you have to make those into groups of 3. What you're going to do is you are going to circle 3 s'mores. Do we see how there's 3 groups of 3s? Number 4, what was the temperature when the girls got into their sleeping bags? Remember, when you count these lines on the thermometer, they're all worth 2, and see how that one stops right in the middle? It's 1. So this one is 70 minus 1, and that's the answer. What time did the girls go to sleep? We are going to check the time on the clock. Remember, the shorthand is the hour, the minute is the longhand is the minute hand, and then if it's this AM is the morning and PM is the evening, afternoon. So you need to decide if they're going to sleep in the morning or going to sleep in the afternoon.